When you hear about the founders of Stripe, most people think of the two Stanford dropouts behind the $9 billion payment processor. But who are these two dropouts? How did they go from leaving college to amassing a valuation higher than Groupon? And most importantly, how did they build Stripe into such an impressive business? In this video, we'll take you through the life stories of Patrick Collison and John Collison, two brothers who were born in Limerick, Ireland but now live in San Francisco and have built Stripe into one of Silicon Valley's hottest startups. Patrick Collison was raised with his brothers in the tiny village of Dromaneer in County Tipperary. He was the son of microbiologist Lily and electronic engineer Dennis Collison. The eldest of three boys, he took his first computer course at the University of Limerick when he was 8 years old and started learning computer programming when he was 10. Collison attended Castletroy College in Castletroy, County Limerick, after completing his education at Gaelscoil Airnic, Umhumhan in Neenah. Patrick Collison, then 16 years old, won the 41st Young Scientist of the Year award in 2005 for his work with Lisp. John Collison, his co-founder and brother, earned the best grade ever for an Irish Leaving Certificate student. Patrick quit high school early to attend Massachusetts Institute of Technology before his senior year. Patrick developed Automatic during the first quarter of his freshman year. Their idea was to make it easier for businesses to sell online by automating the process of listing items on sites like eBay. The business joined Y Combinator as a winter 2007 company. Its trajectory would be brief. Patrick was hired as the Director of Product Engineering at Live Current Media in 2008 after the firm was acquired by them for $5 million at the age of 19 and 10 months after incorporation, and used this money as seed funding for what would become their next venture. Early in 2010, John and Patrick started collaborating on Stripe. They discussed why it was so challenging to accept money online since Patrick was occupied with a number of other ventures at the time. They attempted to resolve the issue and determine whether it could be made as simple and as feasible. They experimented with it over the course of the following 6 months, playing with it, showing it to friends, and watching how people engaged with it. After only 2 weeks of construction, they completed their first transactions with 280 North, a Y Combinator firm. Ross Boucher, the company's creator and its first client, eventually started working for Stripe. After 6 months, they realized they were onto something significant and could design the ideal user experience. In the fall of 2010, John and Patrick both began dedicating their whole time to it. Although the business was still being bootstrapped, the founders were beginning to understand that they would require institutional credibility as a payment firm, which an investor could give. They didn't look terrific on paper, they claimed. Patrick became the CEO and John the president. Stripe's founders, Patrick and John Collison, grew their company through word of mouth by focusing on the product and making it as easy as possible to integrate into other systems. They would work with companies who were already using Stripe to see what they wanted in the future and let them know when they had a new feature that would suit them. One of these companies was Kickstarter, which gave their service a test run during a campaign for one of their friends, who raised over $1 million in 30 days thanks to Stripe's features like instant payouts and easy integration with Amazon payments. As Kickstarter co-founder Yancey Strickler put it, it was like getting a call from the president. The website was first known as Dev Payments when they first started working on it. As you can expect, that led to some issues. It sounds abhorrent to say, the name. Additionally, few standards permit slashes in corporate names. Therefore, we came to the conclusion that it needed to be changed. The founders said, on the list were names like Paystack and Paydemon, but ultimately, they began to look up any names they could think of and check what was on the site. Although Stripe.com initially received a cool response, over time it seemed to have emotion and, most importantly, it was not connected to any other particular business or brand. A Massachusetts Institute of Technology alumnus owned the domain, and the subsequent sale for thousands of dollars went rather smoothly. The site launched in June of 2010, and by August it had reached thousands of users, some of which included Shopify and Kickstarter. In 2011 they landed their first big client, Twitter. After a few small bumps in funding, they received $1 million in seed capital from Sequoia Capital. They closed their first round in March 2012 for a total of $5 million to fuel further growth, making it one of Silicon Valley's youngest ever unicorns, startups valued at more than $1 billion. By 2013, Stripe was processing over 50% more payments per quarter than PayPal did on an annualized basis, and was looking forward to its next challenge, bringing its product to international markets. In May 2013, it announced a partnership with WeChat Pay in China. In September 2014, it unveiled support for Irish pounds in the UK. And in November 2016, it expanded into Europe with a new partnership with Adyen. With so much success, they've been able to grow their team from 2 people at the beginning of 2012 to 300 employees as of 2017. So, what's unique about Stripe? Stripe's 2.9% fee, plus 30 cents per transaction, is not exactly the most affordable option for processing credit cards. However, according to Stripe, you're actually spending a lot more than you think when you add up the startup fees, gateway fees, PCI fees, international credit card fees, and other fees. For instance, other providers will charge you for the unsuccessful effort if you attempt to process a card but are unsuccessful. We wanted to be certain that we only profit if you profit. We have a communication difficulty in convincing consumers that they spend more for credit card processing than they realize, Collison added. What are the benefits of Stripe? 1. It's an all-encompassing collection of payment goods. Everything you and your engineers require to create systems that take online payments worldwide is provided by Stripe. So, regardless of whether you run a software platform, a subscription business, an online store, or both, Stripe will provide you with a fully integrated array of payment options. This means that Stripe provides both payment gateway and credit card processing services. Stripe offers a completely integrated suite that works for both retail and e-commerce firms by supporting countertop credit card terminals and point-of-sale systems. 2. Its robust and user-friendly API. Due to its vast documentation, Stripe makes the development process easier to handle. The developers can readily understand the product and its API because of the writing's clarity and lucidity. Additionally, the built-in libraries and choices for customizing the Stripe payment gateway come in a variety of ready-made forms. In addition, Stripe offers client and server libraries for .NET, iOS, and languages like React and PHP. Stripe enables developers to concentrate on the main product because the custom libraries are accessible in a variety of programming languages. As a result, they are spared from having to create separate programs to include Stripe's API into the underlying code. 3. An approach to payments and money that puts technology first. Stripe optimizes every component of the financial stack, from direct interaction with the card networks to monitoring checkouts at the conclusion of the purchasing process. Being a technology-focused business, Stripe concentrates on providing fresh features and upgrades each year to keep you up to date with market changes. They deploy their production APIs 16 times on average every day, making them the platform that improves the fastest. In addition to meeting the highest regulatory standards, Stripe's system has a 99.9% plus uptime rate and is very scalable. Stripe seeks to improve your company's revenue by utilizing clever technology-driven strategies. 4. A full range of customization and security features. SSL, Secure Socket Layer, encryption is used by Stripe. Your financial information, including your bank account number, credit card information, and passwords, are properly encrypted and transmitted securely as a result. Additionally, Stripe complies with PCI, payment card industry, so you can be confident that your information is secure. As stated in their documentation, Stripe offers you a vast array of developer tools and APIs in addition to a first-rate set of security precautions. You may take full advantage of these capabilities and gain from the wide range of customization choices available with a little knowledge of coding and testing. The company has expanded beyond online payments and helps entrepreneurs all over the world build and grow their business through its suite of products like Atlas, a platform that manages sales tax, and Point, an accounting product, and other services aimed at helping small businesses succeed online. And while you may not know it yet, chances are you've interacted with them too, even if you didn't know they were there. That's because many big tech companies use Stripe as their primary payment processor to handle transactions, meaning that when you buy things from these sites and apps, your information will be stored securely in Stripe databases. And while we're talking about interaction, have you heard about the newest thing? It's called Checkout, an app designed specifically for e-commerce. With Checkout, stores can manage inventory levels, process orders quickly and provide secure checkout experiences for customers across mobile devices and browsers. With just a few taps, customers can purchase goods using either Apple Pay or Android Pay depending on which device they're using. Plus, every store also gets access to analytics data that shows metrics such as number of visitors per day or conversion rates between free trials versus paid memberships. That's it for this video. Thank you for watching. We hope you enjoyed this video and found it informative. If you did, please subscribe to Trending Updates, and share the video with your friends on social media so they can enjoy it too. If there are any topics that you would like us to cover in future videos, please let us know in the comments below. See you on the next one.